Welcome to this episode of MoGuard TV. I'm First Sergeant Mary Lester with the Missouri National Guard Public Affairs Office. Today we are on location at the Museum of Missouri Military History at the Ike Skelton Training Site in Jefferson City. The museum is free and open to the public and houses hundreds of artifacts from our rich history, dating from the founding of the Missouri Militia in 1808 up to the present era. This episode features stories from the Missouri National Guard's Family and Warrior Support Division. The division's mission is to provide care and support to Guardsmen, their families, and to retirees. We will be highlighting the work of 4 of its offices: the Family Program Office, Suicide Prevention and Substance Abuse Programs, and the Warrior and Family Resilience Office. Our first package covers a drunk driving docudrama performed here at the Ike Skelton Training Site. I would like to warn you that the images may be disturbing to some viewers.
Yeah, they're on their way. Are they okay?
The Missouri National Guard conducted its first simulated drunk driving accident. The event took place at the Ike Skelton Training Site in Jefferson City. Its purpose was to demonstrate to Guardsmen the consequences of driving while intoxicated.
You get to see the consequences of drinking and driving rather than just hear about it. You're actually there and you see it firsthand.
The Substance Abuse Prevention Office was responsible for coordinating the event and was supported by state and local government agencies, as well as small businesses. All of them provided their services at no cost to the National Guard. Missouri Guardsmen filled the roles of the drunk driver and the accident victims. These non-professional actors put on a riveting performance for nearly an hour.
The docudrama was very realistic. The mother, who was played by Carmen Walling, when she screamed, I got the chills just listening to it and watching it unfold.
My part was as the mother in the vehicle who had been hit by the drunk driver. It was me, my husband, my mother sitting behind me, and our infant daughter. If that was to happen and the drunk driver was to crash into me and kill my child, how uncontrollable I think a mother would be in that situation. So I just put myself in that mindset and went with it.
The emergency responders participating in the docudrama treated it as they would a real-world accident. The Jefferson City Fire Department used the jaws of life to gain access to one of the accident victims. Footage that was captured during the docudrama will be used in a marketing campaign for drunk driving prevention.
We want this to resonate with you when you reach across to pick up your keys and you know you've been drinking and you know you shouldn't, and you flash back and you see the blood and you hear the voices of those in pain and those who have lost, and we want you to realize you need to put your keys down and do the right thing.
The Missouri National Guard leadership used the docudrama as an opportunity to raise awareness about the consequences of driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs.
In real life, in a scenario like this, somebody goes to the hospital, somebody goes to the morgue, and somebody definitely goes to jail.
Within the state of Missouri in 2014, there were over 2,081 reported automotive accidents related to alcohol and drug use.
It only takes one wrong decision, one wrong choice to get behind the wheel, and your life's changed forever.
This next package is about the Missouri National Guard's Suicide Prevention Program and features a Guardsman sharing her battle with suicidal ideation.
The Missouri National Guard has developed a comprehensive battle plan to preempt suicide among its members. The strategy utilizes a proactive approach by gathering and analyzing data to identify trends and the demographic that is most at risk for suicide.
Our Chief of Staff, as well as Family Warrior Support, and our command leadership have to look at trends because that's where we have to focus our efforts.
The Missouri National Guard utilizes 2 civilian contractors that collect data for the substance abuse and suicide prevention programs. Their research is relied upon to allocate limited funds and resources for the comprehensive strategy. The target demographic for suicide prevention is male soldiers, staff sergeant and below, with less than 6 years of service, within 1 to no deployments, and that live near large population centers.
Key factors that cause a soldier to be more at risk for suicide are relationship, financial, and substance abuse issues.
The Missouri National Guard used these key factors to develop a curriculum for the Enhanced Resiliency Training Program, which included courses on personal finance, employment transition, substance abuse, and positive psychology tools.
We're changing the culture by trying to reduce stigma for asking for help. Everybody has issues. We all come from different backgrounds. We deal with things differently. There's no shame at all in asking for help.
And if I do ask for help, I need to know my leader's well enough that they're going to make me feel comfortable and give me the help that I need.
Every year, each Missouri National Guardsman receives mandatory suicide prevention training.
It's an annual requirement, and we're continually being trained on it. And as new aspects and new thoughts are put in, and that also comes out in the training.
In each unit, we have applied suicide intervention skills trainers. They're trained to ask the tough questions. That whole program's focus is on suicide intervention.
As a senior leader, it's important for us to know the signs and know our soldiers and look for those signs that we get training on through the ASSIST program and be able to tell when something's really bothering that soldier.
Each empowered guardsman plays a role in the success of the comprehensive strategy by taking action when they identify warning signs of suicidal ideation. There are 7 regional locations in Missouri known as Family Assistance Centers, or FACS, where a guardsman or their family member can reach out to for support. The chaplaincy of the Missouri National Guard is a key player in the suicide prevention strategy. They are oftentimes the first responders after a guardsman has been identified as having suicidal ideation.
It's where we listen and where we talk about how important you are and what options there are available to you to make this circumstance better, as well as the fact that, you know what, you are not alone in this anymore. You now have a friend on your side.
The Missouri National Guard's Yellow Ribbon Program takes a proactive approach to help guardsmen reintegrate into society after returning home from a deployment.
It's a prevention program. It catches them 30, 60, and 90 days after returning from deployment.
It is a serious situation. We've had 2 soldiers here in this unit actually commit suicide.
We had what I considered a strong female NCO once we returned from our deployment commit suicide. And to me personally, it was a shock because I felt like this individual was very strong, not afraid to face adversity and take on challenges in her life. It affected the entire battalion and the brigade that deployed with us, and it's a tough challenge now for the survivors to get through that.
What has been so saddening to me is when Missouri has lost a soldier, most of the time they didn't reach out.
Sergeant Jamie Williams was reluctant to reach out and was also an expert at camouflaging her suicidal ideation.
Unfortunately, I was very good at hiding all the warning signs. I worked in an emergency room, so I kind of know what everyone looks for. And I even fooled all of my coworkers. I just didn't want to be treated different, and I didn't want to risk losing my job or any of the relationships I had with these people. When I was at drill, it wasn't too hard to conceal it. Everyone kind of knows me as happy-go-lucky. Always keep a smile on my face, even though I wasn't happy at all. It just feels like everything just gets worse Every bad event leads to another bad event, and it feels like nothing's ever going to get better out of it.
I see no other alternatives. I'm hopeless and helpless, and I feel so alone. That is one of the scariest places anybody can be.
I almost ended my life twice before I finally called the suicide hotline to get some sort of help.
From that one phone call, Williams was set up with free counseling provided by the Missouri National Guard.
Baker, hey, we have a soldier down here who would like to talk to you. Probably got a referral coming in, wanted to get a referral, so the soldier actually responded here.
Every year we do an annual training, and one of them is suicide prevention. So I asked Sergeant Holliday if I could be a part of that so I could tell him my stories.
She volunteered to give the presentation, which, you know, for somebody going through what she has done, that takes a lot of guts.
Throughout the day, I had a lot of soldiers come up and thank me for my stories, but what really touched me was I had about 5 soldiers come up to me and not only thank me for my stories, but explain to me that they had been in a similar situation and they were very happy to know that they weren't alone in how they had felt before.
Because we have some of the best programs available, we can put the soldier back on track to be deployment ready, both physically and mentally.
The Guard, we're a family, and that family sticks together, and we're here to help each other through all of our times, both good and bad.
Coming up after the break is a heartwarming story about a holiday dinner for Guardsmen and their families.
As citizen soldiers,
we are your next door neighbors.
we're your colleagues in schools, offices,
and factories.
in every corner of America. The Army National Guard is nearby.
The Army National Guard.
Mary Walters is the Family Readiness Group lead for the 138th Infantry in Kansas City with the Missouri National Guard. The FRG, as it's known, bridges the gap between the family members of the soldiers and the commanding officer.
It is the support network for the friends and families of our soldiers. So they have a safety net, if you will, when we deploy either in state for state emergency or to a foreign country.
We're the lifeline between the commander and these families. We actually can help them if there's hardships of any sort, but we can go and find the sources that they can go to get help.
It's starting to create a very strong network that families can rely on when the soldiers deploy.
In late October, Mary and her husband, Sergeant Dale Walters, made the 4-hour trip from Kansas City to Fenton, Missouri, as they started preparing for the 138th annual holiday party.
We are at Heroes Care in Fenton, Missouri, and we are picking up toys and clothing to distribute at our holiday party for the families of Missouri National Guard soldiers.
The supplies were given to the Walters by Heroes Care, a nonprofit organization that exclusively helps military families.
Our mission in the before and after deployment come in the support of the Family Readiness Groups, the FRGs, from around the state. And what we do is we provide them the resources that the businesses in the state of Missouri and around the country want to provide to the military, but they don't have that direct access point. We serve as that kind of middleman.
All the toys and supplies that they donate to all the soldiers and their families throughout the state of Missouri is just amazing. The holiday party is a great opportunity for us to come together as a unit. A unit is a big family, and it's just a giant family gathering. This way, Santa Claus can bring toys for the kids while everybody's getting together. It's just a great team-building atmosphere.
A big part of making the party a success is ensuring there's enough food for 300 people. The FRG supplied the meat, as well as many of the side dishes.
The soldiers all brought in desserts, rolls, sodas, and the commander, his family did all of the mac and cheese for us. There was a contribution from everybody in some way or another, so it was a real success.
The food got the approval of veteran attendee Theron Alcorn.
The food was really good. Yeah, it was real good. I ate ham, dinner roll, cheesecake, cookies, and a pop.
We've been doing this for the last 7 years, and I think it's a really good thing for the families to come together and be able to have a meal together and interact with each other and be able to share the love amongst one another and just, just a good, peaceful, happy place,
I was really amazed and so thankful for all the help and support that we got. My wife may have been the person kind of driving the cart, but she couldn't have done it without all the great support she received from the other volunteers and from the community. We received a lot of great stuff from Fenton, from Heroes Care.
Each kid got approximately 10 to 12 toys. I don't think there was an unhappy kid in the house here.
The best part of tonight was just watching the faces of the kids playing with the toys that they got in the gift bags. Just seeing their faces, knowing that they got Christmas from Santa Claus here at the Armory was perfect.
To see them open their bags and just see the toys and be so happy with them, that was awesome. They were just so happy just to see Santa here. So it was really nice.
Theron didn't waste the opportunity to tell St. Nick what was on top of his wish list.
He asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I told him some shoes, and he was like, if he couldn't get that, he's just gonna surprise me.
My wife, as the lead, she takes very seriously taking care of the families as well as the soldiers, and this is just another great opportunity to do what she is attempting to do as the FRG lead.
There you go. All right. Thank you. You're welcome.
On behalf of all the businesses that donate, they want to say thank you. Thank you for your mission, for your sacrifices, and for those things that you do that we haven't done. So it's an honor and a pleasure to serve.
Our next package is an interview with the top enlisted member of the Missouri National Guard, Command Sergeant Major Will Pierce. He will be sharing the impact that drunk driving has had on him and his family.
When I was 9 years old, I remember the day vividly. It was August 24th, 1975. I woke up without a father. That particular evening prior, my father went out with some friends and they were drinking at a local bar, and on his way home, he didn't make it home. You think you have the perfect childhood and then you lose a parent and it changes your world. A lot of things happen over the years to follow that that you know would be different if you'd have had your father along. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I don't want our soldiers to be the one that takes a family member, and I don't want our soldiers to leave folks behind. It's just a trauma that the children and families don't need to go through. 4 years ago, it was December 28th, my 16-year-old daughter came out to where I was working in the shop, and she told me that she was going to go to her friend's house. 5 minutes later, I got a phone call that said, your daughter's been in an accident, come down the road. So my wife and I proceeded down the road, and a half mile from our house, our daughter was hit by a drunk driver. He was a neighbor, somebody we knew, had been by our house, talked to us in the yard. He had had too much to drink that day, and on his way home, he came around the corner in my daughter's lane, and she tried to avoid the accident. He hit her in the front on the driver's side. I had talked to the highway patrol who had responded, and I asked him, I said, what could she have done different? And the trooper looked at me and he said, she did everything right. Whenever I went back into the room with her, she was laying on her back and the doctor was stitching her up. And when he completed that, she looked at me and she said, Dad, what did I do wrong? I looked at her and I told her, I said, bad things happen to good people. Have the designated driver, follow the rules, make sure that you have a plan. If you're going to consume, make sure you have a plan how to get home safely. Don't drive distracted, don't drive under the influence, wear your seatbelt and stay alert. And Lord willing, you'll survive the incident.
When MoGuard TV returns, we'll take a look at the new Family Resiliency Center.
As citizen soldiers,
We are your next door neighbors
we're your colleagues in schools, offices,
in factories.
in every corner of America. The Army National Guard is nearby.
The Army National Guard.
In late January of 2014, the Missouri National Guard broke ground for a new Family Resiliency Center to be built at the Ike Skelton Training Site in Jefferson City.
The Resilience Center is an asset to our team. It gives us some controllable space where we can bring in local clergy, local behavioral health people. What we want to do is invite the community in and join us for some training. It gives us a comfortable surrounding for a small group training event that I think is going to be just a real key to multiplying our efforts out in the community. It also builds partnerships with the programs we have at Family Warrior Support and the Patriot Center.
The Patriot Center currently houses the offices that focus on programs such as suicide and substance abuse prevention. It is the vision of Major General Danner that the Family Resiliency Center becomes another tool to strengthen and support Guard members and their families.
Taking care of soldiers and family isn't something that we need to do just during wartime. We had to have a facility here at Ike Skelton Training Site for the Missouri National Guard for our soldiers and airmen and families that they could count upon to help them through troubled times, to help them cope with everyday life on both the civilian side and the military side.
The location of the center lends itself to being a place for contemplation and healing.
The Resiliency Center sits on a bluff overlooking the Missouri River. It was selected for the beautiful view that it has. It's set apart from the other operational training sites for a place of renewal and reflection.
We're going to have promotion ceremonies. We're going to have family opportunities for folks to come and honor a loved one. Sadly, somewhere along the way, there'll be memorial services as well. But these are places where we can step aside from the busyness of the Guard routine and have special space for taking care of ourselves and reaching out into the community. We could do marriage enrichment retreats at our own choosing, our own schedule. We have the curriculum, we have the leadership, we need the space. I hope sometimes that units or sections of the military will get up there and do some special things. For example, we may have an opportunity to pay tribute to our fallen warriors from a certain branch. And that would be a space out there around that chapel where we could pay tribute as a group.
The Missouri National Guard Foundation, a nonprofit charitable organization that supports the Guard, raised the money to build the center with contributions from private companies as well as individuals.
The Missouri National Guard Foundation has received over $600,000 in contributions from various organizations, businesses, and individuals. Generous contributions have been made by Veterans United, Worldwide Technologies, and Ameren, Missouri, just to name a few.
The bottom line is the Resilience Center would not be a reality today without the Missouri National Guard Foundation and our corporate and individual partners who have contributed so much towards the ability of us to be able to put the center together. There will be people 20, 30, 50 years from now who will never know who we are, the individuals that work so hard to put this Resilience Center together, but they will be the beneficiaries of the hard work of the team of individuals that saw the need to help soldiers, airmen, and their families, both in time of personal need because of an individual catastrophe at home or some other reason that they needed help and assistance through the Guard. Those of us that serve here today and worked hard to see this built will always have a good feeling knowing that we've taken care of those who will come after us.
As a retired member of the Missouri National Guard with a strong family commitment to the Guard, I was honored and excited about serving on a project that will serve as a testament to those soldiers and airmen for years to come.
Can you imagine that place decorated in the winter, looking up on the bluff, and we put a wreath on the door and a candle in the window, a symbol of hope, a symbol of optimism in the dark days of winter. I just think it's going to become a place that is embedded in the heart of the Missouri National Guard. And I hope to get to be a part of maybe making that happen.
It is now my honor to introduce the Commander of the Missouri National Guard, the Adjutant General, Major General Steve Danner, as he shares his thoughts about this episode of MoGuard TV.
Thank you, First Sergeant Lester, and thank you viewers for watching this episode of MoGuard TV. Resilience is the ability to overcome adversity and experience personal growth. In order to encourage the resilience of our soldiers and airmen, the Missouri National Guard established the Patriot Center. Its mission is to utilize family and warrior support programs to strengthen our formation. This enables service members and their families to enhance existing strengths and skills and to promote their ability to adapt, overcome, and succeed when facing life's challenges. In this episode, we've seen some of our programs in action. These programs are as diverse as our formation. They support families during monthly drills.
They help Guardsmen strengthen relationships and cope with personal issues. They reinforce our training to ensure we're making good decisions in and out of uniform. We also shared an update on the construction of the new Family Resiliency Center, which, when completed, will help promote the well-being of our members and their families. This center would not have been possible without the generous support of our Guardsmen, veterans, and civilian partners. As we continue to build resiliency in our Guardsmen, we've become an even stronger and better prepared force to respond to the needs of our state and nation. On behalf of Governor Jay Nixon and our 11,500 soldiers and airmen, thank you for your service and support.